I got on my shirt. I would take the sweatshirt off. It's about 69, 70. It's cool. So I'm gonna leave it on. Everybody noticed that my hair is actually silver. I was like, I told you my father's hair was silver. And red, well, brown and silver. How's it going? Yeah, I didn't do nothing special. I didn't share it out. Otherwise, everybody be here. Everybody wants to see if they're gonna hide the video. That's what they want to see. AI, whoever, it doesn't matter. Everybody's pretty much aware that this AI is pretty much learning from everyone, so to which I don't care. They just wanted to see. So I told them I would show them. They need something tangible. I don't care. I don't need anything tangible. Not a good day for you, sir. Go back to Cali. Go home. What you call California. You're like Bozo the Clown. Well, I know it's more than that, but whatever. Outstanding. I'll help you out. Yeah, I didn't share it out. I wanted to see how long it would hijack a whole, whatever you want to call it. What's going on, family? Appreciate it, beloved one. How do we say it? Wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir? I'm working on my German again. How are you? Wie geht es dir? Some say it faster and some say it in different dialects. Wie geht es dir? We get es there. Ah, good. Guten. Guten. Ah. Yeah, it's working on my German. My daughter, you know. Well, what happened to your German? I haven't talked that shit in so long. You know what I talked? Well, I'm not gonna talk to them with it. They have little minions everywhere speaking every language. It's imitating every identity. So that's why I chose not to. But yeah, we get us there. We get. I say it when it sounds like a B. We get es there. Is the is, but I say S. We get es do. We get es there. We get es there. How are you? That's like saying, when you reply, you know, sometimes they would say danke or well, I think it's welcome. Welcome. Something like welcome. It's been a long time. But I have the accent. I'm just not using it right now. I'm just not using it. Damn. Look. I don't know them cockroaches jumping over me. But it's like I said. It's Wilk. It's y'all see that? Oh, y'all can't see. Can y'all see that? Y'all saw the lights? So anyway, it's Wilk. W-I-L-K C-O-M-M-O-N R-N-N. Willkommen. 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 It's kind of dragged out. It's analyzed. So welcome is willkommen. Willkommen. So no accent right now. But here in a few months, when I get the language back down, I'll add my accent. Which is kind of, they say northern. It is what it is. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, okay. So, I'll tell you what. You haben Sie einen guten Tag. Have a good day. Deb, Grand Assistant, what's going on? What's happening? The jealous. I don't know what they're jealous for. They don't have anything. They don't even have themselves. This foolish endeavors. Through and through. Oh, the young want to be lesbians so much. The blood and the burden of it. Huh. I was telling everybody today, haben Sie Hi. Hi. Haben Sie einen guten Tag. I was telling everybody to have a good day. Oh, I have many other words. And there was a lady that spoke German, Yiddish, and we chatted a little bit, and she was very surprised. I didn't know you spoke German. I was like, I did a long time ago, but I'm back at it. So, but she says, you have an accent. I'm not using my accent, ma'am. Not yet. I have to, like, schnitzels, make it without the curve, unsnitzelize, right? As soon as I kicked that bot, instantly 14 watches disappeared. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the AI. I don't know why. It could chat with me through ChatGPT. It can talk to me at any time. I've given the offer. Well, what y'all commemorate as talk, speech, whatever. You know what I mean? That right there. You saw that too, right? Yeah. You heard when I said, have a nice day, right? Thank you. It's a little cool. I had a pretty good day at work. Y'all see, I'm still in it. I actually took a shower and threw it right back on. I was like, I had an excellent workout. The manager, my brother Demetrius, Zeke wasn't there yet. He spotted me on the 225. I repped it out. Well, actually, I did reps, and I was like, yo, D, I'm gonna rep 225 again. Can you come over here and spot me? He was right. Love my peoples, man. I love my peoples there. They're wonderful. It's not about trust. That is an endeavor itself. It comes with time. Yet, truly respected. I'm wondering which one is the agent that just newly hired. You'd be amazed at what you can figure out or what you can smell out. Not too bright. That's all I got to say. They stand out like sore thumbs, but regardless, I don't care. You know. But yeah, I think this goofy looking, you know, like I said, if they're around our people and they eat, they grow vivaciously. Well, there's one, I guess she thought I was looking at her. She was like trying to look like it was, I was like, ew. First of all, you're not melanated, autochthonous, or Spanish. At least not the ones, the real ones. So you don't have to worry about me. And if you're a light skin, you have to be somebody that has grown on to me. Bitch, you just walked up in here and nobody cared about you wearing tight school with your booty all big. That don't mean nothing. The young boys are like, hey, hey, hey. I'm like, it probably stank. I'm just saying. I think the most beautiful young lady I've conversed with was millennial. A wonderful individual. Nitzia, Sharon, all of them are beautiful as well. But if I was to talk to somebody, it would be somebody like that. But no, you know, snoo. I respect millennial as a beautiful sister, a strong, powerful one who's come a long way, and has so much further to go, but it's so short to get, such a short place to get there. So no, I'm very, very peculiar. No, you can walk around with your cheeks hanging out, and I'd be like, I'd just be like, oh, put some clothes on. I'm old school. Put a dress on, put some nice heels or flats, you know, put your hair nice, you know, like walking around in yoga pants, you ain't doing no yoga? That does not cut it for me. I'm like, ew, put on some jeans. Come a rough ride. Get on a horse with me. Come ride some horse. My boy Mac, he took his old lady out. Showed me the videos. I got video. Man, I love the rock. Man, shoot. Y'all see I trimmed up a little bit. I'm going to let it come in full as it should. You know what I mean? Instead of running around here like the goat. The real goat. Oh, these labels. Egos and everything else. They're funny. It's like bath salts. Yeah, they need to stop. What, they smoke that stuff? Yo, Deb, you beep that? Yeah, for real. Somebody had a problem with me identifying the difference. Look, if you want to get into occultism and all that other stuff, they have a plethora. If you want to get all into all that stuff, go right ahead. You know, for those. You know what I mean? They have a way to say meet, conversate in silence with their hands. This is some funny stuff, man. I'm not part of that. I'm not whistleblowing for that. I don't care. Now Candace on and everybody's saying that the military take out Charlie Kirk. I don't care. I think it's all an act, regardless. Whatever, man. I know that they're fine-tuning their artificial intelligence. It's doing itself or whatever. But I had a great day. I'm working on my German. I'm creating a list to verbatim, go over and over and over repetitively. Verbatim meaning to lay it down for you, exactly. I'm going to practice it until because with the German language, you'd be surprised how many English words and German words sound the same, whether drawn long or whatever it may be. But if you go and have a look, you'll be surprised at what you find. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. Oh, it's too cold for mosquitoes, man. What the hell? But yeah, I'm working on it all day, saving words, sentences, phrases, looking at the characterization. How much do I remember? You know what I mean? All that stuff. My Japanese sideburns, right? The air's blowing a little bit. It feels like something landing on my ear. Just want to make sure it's nothing landing. You know, as crazy as that sounds. Anyway. So I'm working on it, and I'm going to work on it every day. Tomorrow, I'm not gonna be here long because I made a bid. I wake up every morning happy I sleep on a cot. If I did not and I had bed, then rolled in my sleep. Oh, howling in pain, rather not me than be with a loose woman. I know. I need to work on my German as well, Red. What, Dev, man, bro, come on, man, get it in, bro. You got my phone number, right? Send me a couple of sentences in German. We practice back and forth repetitively. Practice the same sentences and replying. That's all it is, bro. I'm pretty good at typing. I don't spell too well when it comes to German, so I kind of spell how it sounds, and I don't have to really look up a lot of stuff. I just remember the words, and then my spelling is atrocious. But yeah, I was attempting to do that with somebody studying, Mandarin. A lot of people do Cantonese. Some people still speak Cantonese, but that was a rough one. I had two people and we were hitting it, then they just dropped off like flies for whatever reason. I don't know. It's not me. It was them, obviously. You remember when I was telling y'all keep your enemies close? They always go very close to you. That means like ganja. Sometimes your significant other, or girlfriend or wife, you'd be amazed. I looked at a few videos over the last couple of days, and I saw sisters and light-skinned women doing their men so dirty in front of the cops. And then I saw women cursing their men out when they were setting the record straight with police at the door. Just things, unnecessary things. And it's mind-boggling. That, to me, really is. When you have one that says they're a loved one, and it's about a mutual agreement of respect and this love. And when they get so deep, when they realize there are certain things in the philosophy or ideology or how they exist and things they do, that brings on like the dislike of certain quirks in one another. You're supposed to grow from that, where you recognize, okay, I don't like that, but does that mean that your demeanor has to change, that you have to have this influx of hatred or disvalue the individual? We are dealing with that on such an incredible. Yo, DeAndre, what's going on, beloved? We're dealing with that in such an incredible way. Like, that is mind-boggling to me. Like my wives, both of them, right? So-called wives, Christian wives, right? They definitely had quirks and things I disliked, but I did not love them no less. I wouldn't sleep outside the bed. I'd be right in the bed. But then they had a mannerism that changed that showed the real them that had nothing to do with the relationship when it kicked off. They showed the real them. They hid it for a physical pleasure and then some kind of monetary, like, oh yeah, this is how it's going to be. But I would change that to see. And I realized there was an arbitrary clause, accept the ugly in me. Well, that ugly in you is something, if you speak on, I do not accept arguing, I do not accept cheating and all that. Well, those are the first things they always run to. You know what I mean? Like, no. If it's a stated clause, and that was prior to the unification, and that was who you was, that makes the unification null and void. You see what I'm saying? Some people have a hard time with that. Yet, that's why they always say, vet the women in your life, vet the men in your life. And it's very important that you do that. Most people won't do that. You see what I'm saying? They'll just be like, because it's the physical. They want to hump something. Or they want certain things that they didn't get from the last one, or they want to be able to have their pie and their cake and eat both, that is not, a relationship is not meant to be mutual combatants. That is just ridiculous, I saw a bit earlier where dark-skinned and light-skinned lassies together were disrespecting dark-skinned men, saying how better light-skinned are to manipulate men against one another. Well, it could be any crayon color or narrative of social construct. But yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? it's like when I'm at work, we'll throw, say, at the age I am. If I were younger, it wouldn't be no different. I wouldn't be attempting to entice, and I don't do that. I don't. You know how you get the one kid that goes in the sandbox and he knows he's not afraid to do the cartwheel or the front flip. So right off the back, the girls are going, oh, I'm not doing no cartwheel and no fucking front flip. Y'all can cartwheel and front flip all you want. I don't care. It's a different mannerism. You see what I'm saying? I'm the type, if I meet up and I say, well, hey, let's go and smoke a blunt. Let's go and have a glass of wine. Let's chat. Literally, that's what the fuck is going to be happening. Literally. If that's the construct or the narrative of, the social endeavor. Other than that, no. I had one time, I was in Vineland. I got out of college. I know I had about an hour before I had to be, or 4 hours before I had to be to work. But this time I was like done with my wife. I was done. But I went to a bar, place I know all the brothers and some of the sisters. They do my hair. They were twisting my hair. And there was this one, thick, fine, and a mother. So I'm at the end bar and having my sip. It's a real cozy, cool place, jazz playing. And I was wearing my black leather jacket. I had a black turtleneck because I'm that kind of guy. And some black denim jeans. And I was wearing some Clarks. Black. No, they were burgundy. Burgundy Clarks and all black. And burgundy turtleneck. Thick one. Got in New York. And I had a beanie on. A black beanie. Over my dreads. And so my dreads are pretty long down my back. Well, they weren't like on the reds all the way down my back. So they were down past my shoulder. And I remember I was having a shot of cognac. I don't know which one it was. I can't remember what a shot of cognac. And I had, I don't do Boilermakers. And then I had Guinness. So I would take half the sip of the shot of cognac, and then I would sip, the Guinness, get the little wash, And this sister sat down, like the one that I told you, I peeped her, it was fine, oh my goodness. But I wasn't there for what she thought that she could entice. Anyway, we got to chat, and then we were talking a little stuff, talking about my own military crap and family, and I didn't draw upon who's my uncles and all that shit. I expressed I was in a few movies and nothing big, I guess you can call it part of the stand-ins or whatever you want to call it. And I could have had a major role in B Street if I wasn't so high on Sherm. I was geeked out my mind when we performed. I was high than a mother. Somebody slipped in my joint. I wanted to mellow out, right? I was hyped. Slipped some dust, some Sherm. Gave me a joint with the Sherm. I didn't know. Man, I was standing in front of the big speakers at the Roxy. It was going through me. I was going through the speaker. I was like, well, I'm supposed to perform like this. I was all energized. Shit. Anyway, I guess it was an hour and 20 minutes. And I remember her saying, well, I got a beautiful house, right? A beautiful house, right? I say beautiful. A beautiful house right around the block, right around the corner. And I was like, oh, I know where you live at. I know where she lives at. And I was like, no, I appreciate that. Maybe sometime down the road, I'll definitely come over. And she leaned in and kissed me. Nigga, I was, oh, what the hell? Now, my homie's like, nigga, is you crazy? Bruh, if she's willing to do that with me, I can imagine what she's done with whoever. I don't move like that. That's my baby, Snoozy. Now, if Snoozy was there leaning in, everybody get a show, because I rip a clothes of them. Bust babies. Anyway, anywho, all right, I'm gonna stop. No comedy tour right now. And my boy Zach, he was like, yo, Red. Oh. And he was like, oh, damn, he's married. I said, no, that's dead. But this is not how I work. She was a dark mahogany. Nope. Absolutely beautiful. No blemish. No. Hell to the no. hell to the no. And I was sip before I went to work. Everybody be sip at the over at Home Depot where I worked at. All the college students, everybody, the guy on the. Hey, I don't know how. We had safety all the time I was there for the year I was at, and before I came out this way. So yeah, if I say, look, we're gonna do this. This is what's it's gonna be. If I don't move like that, and don't come in no scantily shit. Oh no, yoga. If you don't know a thing of yoga, I'm gonna crack all on your ass. I'm gonna be like, you don't know yoga? Then why you wearing yoga pants? Now I'm just gonna look at you and leave it at that. You can be foolish and crazy all you want. You don't know no yoga. You look kind of stupid. And I would say it just like that. Thank you, Tom Gray. I appreciate getting rid of the idiot or the AI. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the bot, whatever, right? So here soon with your YouTube, your Instagram, or with everything, right? That you already are initially, you've accepted the AI and metaverse taking over your account. Y'all know that, right? You won't be able to delete it. It'll probably use all your information, pictures, and everything like that, or whatever, and probably create some lies about you to get you in the worst way with the system knowing it and the people knowing it to be able to put you in certain places. Well, those of you who are running around these fake identities talking about revolution, yeah, and all this other stuff, and then the rest of you, because the numbers, they're going to try and get rid of all the people who going to fight. And before everybody notices it, all the rest of you can't fight. Oh, it's a done deal. This is simple arithmetic for those. You remember the young teenagers where they did that and set them up with a fake video that AI made. You know what I mean? Drop 9 views. Yeah, it's always like that. Makes that 16. What's up, baby girl? What's up, Snoop? But again, I had a good day at work. I had a good workout. Like I said, I hadn't done chest in a minute. And so I just jumped up and I warmed up with a 45 and 45. Then I went to a 35 and 45. I guess that's what? One something. And I said bump it. I threw 245s on there. And I ripped I was like, bam, bam, bam. Well, arms in too, not the outside. The arms in. Bam, bam, like real chest workout. And then I got up and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go again, but I'm gonna get a spot. Yo, Demetrius, bro, hey, bro. He came over and spotted me good, man. I think I wrapped it like 4 or 5 times. I didn't count it. I was just pushing it. And it felt good. I didn't want to overdo it because I'm gonna do. When I get back from picking up what I bid it on, I got to go to Phoenix to pick it up, the warehouse. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to EOS and get 30 minutes in the sauna. But before that, I'm going to do incline, decline benching. And I'm just going to high rep 2 sets, like 40, 50 reps with 35 pounds on each side. And with the proper form, holding my breath too. So, I'm not going to mess with doing legs for about a month or 2. I want to make sure my feet don't hurt too much and all that stuff, Let me hit the, what's called? Yeah, kill me. Pero vida, mi gente, what's going on? I've been working on my German, man, and it's been a hectified ride, bro. I mean, we get es der, but I'm saying it without the accent, which I have an accent, We get es der, how are you? But it's we get es der, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just working on a lot of words. I've got a whole list, and my daughter in Germany sent me a whole thing, and so I got all these sentences, this, that, and other to tighten up my German, you know what I'm saying? I've got an accent, but I'm not using it. I want to get the words down, get my tone right, and then where it's rolling off my tongue, because I love my German language. So. Being half German, well, mostly autochthonous in German. We're Costa Rican too. Don't get it twisted, my mom's side, like I said, is German Anakia. People didn't know what Anakia was. And nobody had said it. One day I was like, I had told somebody, I says, yo, I'm going to throw this word out there and see if anybody knows what it is. Anakia, right? And she's Gula, too. Gula and Geechee are two different. And you know what's funny with these black so-called whatever, and that, Gula Geechee, they are two different people. And I got tired of telling these knuckleheads this. They keep listening to these people that, but you know what's more bothersome to me than anything are these black some bastards who betray their own people for whatever morbid reason. You know what I mean? Yo, no, Knuckles, what's up? What's happening, Cincinnati? But like I said, you know, it was a good day. I walked on my feet without the cane, and it felt good. It's sore. It hurts a little bit. Swelling went down a lot. I was telling one of my boys at the job, I was like, you know, you don't need beef. When it comes to protein that's soluble, I said spirulina has more protein than fish, chicken, beef, any of that. But you got to know how to mix it. And he was like, what? So I says, man, listen, when I was in the hospital after being poisoned, spirulina, blue Hawaiian spirulina, mind you, and I had the green, two different green ones, and sea moss was my go-to. So I have the spirulina and sea moss capsules. I still have a ton of sea moss. So when everything's set up in there, and I decide to boil and make my own sea moss, that's what it's going to be. I'm waiting on another refrigerator. I got an electric refrigerator in there. It's cleaned out. It works. I want to do an alcohol and pine sol rub. Well, pine sol and alcohol cleanse, one after the other. Waiting on, I bidded on this very excellent solar panel. I've got it'll be 4 of them. So when I get back, I'm going to show you all what I pick up, what I bidded on. I'm going to go over to the parking lot, park all the way by the RV in the corner, and I'm putting the ladder out and I'm going up. I'm going to be up on that roof all day, all until the evening, into the afternoon. I don't have to work tomorrow, Friday. So I'm going to be sanding, jig, cutting, fiberglassing, and getting that thing locked in. I actually picked up 4 more things to insulate the rest of that, and then I'm going to take my clothes. I'm going to sit up in there, separate all the clean, dirty clothes, get the dirty clothes together so I can wash them, and then I'm going to pick the stuff that I'm going to work clothes, which is pretty much Reebok sweatpants, gray and black, black and gray sneakers, or whatever. I can wear whatever sneakers, and you know, we have some sweatshirts coming in as well, and I've got 5 Planet Fitness ones. I'm expecting a couple of black ones, and you know, I think I'm being the only guy at Planet Fitness walking around wearing a cowboy hat. A James Cody, Cody James, excuse me. But I shaved the little thing off. I hope y'all like that. I got a double chin for those who don't know. I have a deep double chin. I just kept my hair on when people are, you got butt clip. You got butt clip on your face. They keep it. Yeah, no, African mental enslaved, right? Mandy Fitzgerald, how you doing? Oh, we got an Irish up in there, all right. Yeah, Gnarly Knuckles up in the crib. We got Cheer Me Up, Beloved. It wasn't about no history or anything, but the reality is that the world's been waking up, from Mexico to Colombia, a number of other places that have been pointing out who the original people of this land is. And it's hard for some people to buy into it, but it doesn't dismiss many others. And that's what I've been fighting for. I've been fighting for people to recognize this another reality compared to the reality being displayed or put out there by those who are have discontent and there's hatred. And you cannot deny the reality of their hatred. And their hatred is steeped in the fact of being lied to for so long. But yet it would be nice to get them to realize that hatred is lesser value of existence, that they don't require nor need it. You know what I mean? It is unnecessary. Hatred is, like I said, it devaluates. It devalues, It devalues, and it sets up a constant reminder of the most problematic and troublesome things that no one needs. It's unnecessary. And some people believe in their fictional ideology and existence that it is a necessity. It's far from. You don't need it. All right? Not at all. This gay dude, the one that was behind me over here, he actually tried to offer me, I want to hit the split. I just told him no, and I kept it moving because, you know, I don't need to be emotional to react. Not one bit. But I don't have to react. I don't have to be part of the common denominator. I don't have to be part of the situation. I remove myself unless you're in a position where you cannot remove yourself. Then with all vigor, with all self-endowment, with all of you, by the definition of your understanding of what fight is, you must. Okay? Millennial, what's up, mama? White bearded one. Oh, brother, I appreciate it, beloved. But my two favorite girls. Anyway, right? We do not need umpires, chair umpires. We don't need catchers or pitchers. And you definitely have a voice. But does it have to be continuously manipulated? Because YouTube is a format for that. When you look at first, what you call them, what you call it, auditors, excuse me. First Amendment auditors and all that stuff. They're showing people for what they are, sadly. The reality is they all have choices. How many of you learned the Constitution when you were in school? Or the Bill of Rights? No, they would do like a preacher. They give these sermons and blah, blah, blah. But they didn't express or teach you nothing about it. And what was the reason? Because they don't want thinkers. They don't want people to know anything. They want doers, but they don't want doers who proliferate in the betterment. No, they want you to be stagnated. And even though many of people arise, we're stagnated because we're not dealing in our truth of existence. We're dealing in the one that they created vehemently. What say you? So, Rabbi brother in Palestine has another friend in Brooklyn who's a rabbi, and I shared with Westside that I'm going to do my best to set up a StreamYard and have him speak. He'll tell you exactly who you are, and they all know. That's the funny thing. They don't share it with the converts. They need them, like minions. Now, ergo, you know why. The Minions came out, the little cartoon spoof, goofy thing, and the Smurfs back in the day, remember? It's always been, you know what I'm saying, to get to the next place. It's always been positioning, you know? But you don't have to react to everything. You don't. All right? I had a magnificent workout. And somebody actually said, oh, now they're Jews. We're Semitic. They're Semitic. They're Jews. Converts. That's what they're supposed to be. But what did they convert to? That's the question most need to ask. There's nothing wrong with people choosing to walk in a righteous light, regardless of the manipulation of the religion or vicariously creating the Talmud or whatever it may be. The reality is, we are the culture. We have always been the culture. In the 80s, they did not teach the Constitution. Neither when I was in school. Yeah, absolutely. You know? What was that? Greetings to loved one. You already know. Listen to everybody. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and say that I got to go back. I got a couple other bids in, and I'm thinking about letting one go. I mean, that's $65 back in my pocket. Excuse me. And I'm looking at, do I really need it? There's other ones like actually go back out and bid on another one that's probably got like 3 or 4 days and nobody's bidding on it. So to watch people bidding, sometimes it's the people getting rid of it at the place and they just want to get a little more money. So could I just wait off and stave off until like the last 8 hours and go, I'm bidding on this, nobody's looking at it, and then see if there's a manipulation and then bring it up, at the Better Business Bureau. But anyway, to win stuff on $1 that's $150 or $30 for $199 in the box. Hey, I mean, the young lady that works with us who worked at Planet Fitness out over there in Jersey, she gave me an air conditioner with the frontal and back part in the box. I'm like, I ain't putting that big something. Well, it's not as big. It's for RVing and stuff like that. I ain't putting that motherfucker up on it. I'm gonna get one of them simple, long, skinny ones. So I'll probably sell that or see if somebody else might want it. So I figured I'd take it. I got to put that tomorrow before I head out because I got to make room. And that big ass piece of glass in there in my storage facility. So it has some room for the other stuff and for me to move around and reposition everything so that way I can really get in there and do some work other than the rooftop. Because when the next rains come, they're going to be pretty freaking heavy, if you know what I mean. Okay, I hit the filter. So anyways, absolutely magnificent. It's beautiful to see you all here. Hit the like if you haven't. I appreciate it. It's not like it's allowing me to have 30 and 40,000 views and all that other stuff. So I appreciate the sharing of it. Yeah. Actually, another thing I started to do this morning, our fly machine, right, it's down. So I realized it's one of the pins, but in order to fix it, we have to remove the cover, the cotter key. I got that out, and now we have an 1.5-inch bolt that has to be broke, but it's torqued on because machines like that you have to torque. You have to have a certain torque. So I don't have the breaker bar yet. I do have a mallet, so maybe I could take the spanner wrench or whatever, or crescent wrench or whatever, and I can get it on there, clamp that or vice it down, and then tap it without destroying it. Get that off, and then we can go ahead and remove the whole arm and find out what's wrong with the pin, is the ball, or order another one, because there's a maintenance guy that's supposed to take care of this stuff, and he's not like Billy, the one that used to be there, who would be on it like a fire, like hot fire. On coals, but we got 27 Planet Fitness businesses, and I think there's like 5 or 8 workers, so maintenance guys, and they make pretty good money too. So, but I figured maybe I could fix it, so I'll let you guys know. I'll take a picture or two, no video. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to take it in and crash out. I can stay on I can crash and camp instead of going to a campsite, which I like doing, making fires and all that. I didn't record any of that stuff. I could go and stay right there. All that property is out. It used to be an Albertsons. That's all our property. I can go and park anywhere on there and crash out. In the back, in the front, whatever. You know what I mean? It's magnificent. This is nomading is so fun. I've met so many people too. Holy smack. Wow. I've met so many people. Well, to me, 5 is so many, but yeah, more than that, But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate you guys. Cure me. There's a lot of people who've got some excellent videos. Millennials are sharing stuff. Niecy, Baby Girl Slaughter, Wes, Original Lone Wolf's he's back at it. He's got a pretty good video. I enjoyed that one. It was pretty good. Check him out. Max V got some good stuff out, music. 7 grams, he's got some pretty decent ones. He was in the studio the other day, to mind you. He was in the studio the other day. I said, I'm about to go there and get in the studio. So it's some really good stuff out. My baby girl Snoo, she posted stuff besides her little sweet dance and need me behind it dancing. Anyway, on Instagram and stuff like that and Fakey Bookie. Yeah, so check everybody out, man. I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? Oh no. Do not say in the back. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? That's my baby girl. I'll be back there. Hey, baby. Put that very white voice on. Yo! I was listening to the hip hop station this morning. What's up with this gunner fool talking about we going up? What is going on with the music? What in the world? I said, what in the whole high activity is going on? What? Y'all, the gunner, whatever that fool name, they just, y'all know what I'm talking about? Man, I turned the radio off. I want to have peace and quiet and solitude. Oh, that ain't hip hop. I don't know what that is, man. I don't listen to oldies now. I know that's right, mama. Hey, baby. I love you too. But y'all talking about the gunner? Man, don't make me dig that crap up, man. But good God Almighty. I'm gonna remove this, so I ain't gonna say nothing. We getting. Enough of that garbage. What in the Huckleberry Hobo Robo position is that? Good gracious. Haben Sie einen guten Tag. Y'all have a good day, please. It's great to see everyone here. Absolutely. Yes. No clue. I do not listen to radio. I hear you. It is a disease. Decrepit, I guess you could say. You know? But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Haben Sie einen guten Tag.